Good morning, friends. Welcome to another podcast from nomoretalk.com. We're here this morning to suggest that the fighting be stopped. The vitriol and the arguments need to subside so that we can find a way to get along and improve our government and our living conditions as Americans. It occurred to me the other day that we need to start to understand and forgive those who are not on our side. Uh, if you were as disillusioned as many were with the government and the taxes and all of the red tape that it seems to go on without any progress being made, you're not alone. There are several politicians who are resigning early from office because they regret the inefficiency of our government. And of course, there are those who will say, well, that's the deep state and it's a lot of. But reality is that we have a broken system. And that's why we're here. That's why No More Talk was, in its earliest time, said we need to change, and we need to change everything. Change is difficult. There's no question about that. But first, let's address the current issue. There are those who believe in Donald Trump as much as they do Jesus Christ and God, and almost in the same amount of energy. There are those who don't. There are those who are diametrically opposed to Donald Trump and everything that he stands for, and they are as energized as the supporters are on their side. So what we need to talk about is anybody wrong? And the answer, in my opinion, is no. The people who support Donald Trump are just doing what they believed was right for our country. The people who disagree with Donald Trump are afraid of what it's doing to our country. So we need to come to a position as Americans, as brothers and sisters. We're all living here together to understand each other's position and then do everything that we can to alleviate the circumstances that have caused these problems. And these problems were not caused by Donald Trump. They were not caused by the deep state or the Dems or the libtards or whatever label would be placed upon them. The reality is that this problem was caused by money. Recently, they passed a holdover budget, which had almost $890 million worth of defense spending. I don't believe that we are in so much trouble that we have to spend that kind of money on defense spending. They also included money for the Ukraine, which I have no problem with, other than it's more defense money. They have spent a lot of money and are continuing to spend money to give service to the rhetoric of border control, when in fact, most of the people in charge do not want border control. They want slave labor coming over from any country that will send them so that they don't have to pay prevailing wages to American citizens. And American citizens are angry because all the jobs have been taken. And this is another money problem, another greed problem in our country today that has caused the majority of the American people to be angry, one side or the other. It does not really seem to matter. And in my opinion, the truth of the government is simply this: they don't care what side we're fighting on, as long as we continue to fight. Because as long as we continue to argue with one another, we can't watch what they're doing. And that's been the problem. That has been the problem for quite some time. We have been blessed with wealth and blessed with circumstances, and everybody's kind of been just getting along for the last 50 years. And now the bill is due, and we're having to pay it. And many folks are unwilling to do so. And that's where all the anger and vitriol comes from. People are angry. They don't want to pay for senators and congressmen and everybody within that line of work to have whatever they want, including the best health care and the best retirement and the best fringe benefits, while the rest of us are out here struggling to pay $5 a gallon for gasoline. And, well, you know the story. It's expensive. So we're stuck for the moment. We're stuck for the foreseeable future unless we can do some major changes. And I think that we can do these changes. I think that this is possible. I think one of the things that we talk about and have been talking about with many people are two issues. One is heard commonly, and that's term limits. Limit the amount of time that someone can stay in office. This is a great idea. It's an idea that's long time past. There are certain positions within our country's political structure that do have term limits. Those are good things. There are those who do not speak clearly enough or loud enough to hear the term limited terms. You see, once someone gets into office, they start raising money to get reelected. This is the big problem, because as soon as I give you money for your reelection campaign, you owe me. You need to do things for me or for my trade or for my business in order to validate the money that I gave you. And of course, the corporate political action committees, the big corporate donors, all of which are giving ungodly sums of money to the politicians. These folks are grooming politicians to do their bidding through the contributions that they give for the reelection campaigns. And what we need to do is stop that dark money. We need to make it an unrealistic expense for the people who are spending that money. So if we say to them, your senator will be in office for 2 terms. Your congressman will be there for 2 terms. The president is already there for 2 terms, and if he's reelected. And then once their terms are completed, they can no longer run for elected office. Not for president, not for dog catcher, not for chief of police, senator, congressman. Any elected office, they will not be eligible to run. This does something that our founding fathers knew had to be done. Once you serve your country, then you go back to your job. Wherever you came from, whatever you were doing, you go back and work your job. We have an opinion here that if you go back to work your job, you're certainly not going to pass a lot of laws and taxes that you're going to have to pay when you get back to work. So that's going to put a modicum of sincerity and truthfulness in the bills that get passed while they are in office. And these, again, are extremely important issues for the American people. Because if American people are the ones getting the government jobs, the politicians, and they realize that they have to do for us what they would do for themselves, things will change. And we'll need a constitutional amendment, or maybe more than one, to change how we run our elections and what the terms of the campaign are going to be. So if you'll join with me, you can send a message to nomoretalk.com. We review our website daily. If you have a question or a comment, we'd be happy to look at it. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Bodhi Tree Home Cleaning. They're located here in Southern California, and you can reach them through bodhitreehomecleaning.com, or you can leave a message for them on our website. They're a great bunch of people. They're licensed, bonded, and insured, and come into your home and do a very, very nice job cleaning it. And they can service it once a month, every other week, or a one-time cleaning if that's all you desire. Anyway, remember the name, Bodhi Tree Home Cleaning, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.